Hi everyone. We are coming up to another Shabbos. The Shabbos Parshas Eikev. It's the last Shabbos in the month of Av. Next Shabbos, the Parsha after, will be Mirz Hashem Rosh Chodesh. So we're going in next week already into the mode of the month of Elul, the month of Chodesh HaRachamim, Hashem's mercy on us, a great, beautiful month. The month of Av, this is the month that we got to turn over, as we learned before, the negative to the positive. And this is the last Shabbos that we got to work on it and talk about it and bring about it. So just one short idea, and just about the name Eikev. As Moshe Rabbeinu begins the Parsha, Vaya Eikev Tishmaun. The Parsha is there to teach us that if you listen to God, God will give you everything that He promised. As it says over there, a priest, Chesed, Shvuah, His covenant, His kindness, all His promises. And it goes on and on and on. But always this famous question being asked to this Parsha, what is Moshe Rabbeinu use the term Eikev? Eikev means a heel, the bottom of my foot, the lowest part of the person's body. And as we know, there's always many explanations being given at that. But there's one classic one, as Hasidus always talks about. What does it mean, Vaya Eikev? Eikev means the heel. What it means to say, there is how to do mitzvahs. Moshe Rabbeinu is not only telling you this week, do mitzvahs. Do what Hashem tells you to do. Moshe Rabbeinu tells you how to do it. There is a beautiful way how to do mitzvahs, and this is to do it as the Eikev, as the person that calls himself the heel. The heel means the person that's all the way on the bottom. The complete humility. His humility because he's very low. He is not the smart person. He's not the head. He's not the heart. He's the heel. He's all the way on the bottom. But his advantage and his beauty is completely devoted. Is completely in love with Hashem. Is completely part of Hashem. He has nothing to him. He's complete selfless to God. And that's the beauty of the Eikev person, the person that he calls himself all the way below. Yes, we call it a simpleton, but it's a great advantage, as Baal Shem Tov said, it's a great advantage of the simpleton. The simple Jew, the one that doesn't know much, but his way of serving God, the sincerity of serving God, is so grateful to Hashem. It's so connecting and it's so rewarding. And this is what the Parsha begins, Vaya Eikev Tishmaun. Tishmaun means listen, but how to listen? Eikev. Eikev means like that person that resembled to the Eikev, that person that resembled to one that feels himself like a peasant, like a heel, like the bottom of the Jewish community. Just wanted to share a little story about it, and with this we'll understand a little bit better the idea. This was one of the great chassidim of the Alter Rebbe, in the first generation of Chabad. Was a chassid. His name was Baruch Mordechai Babroisker. His name was Baruch Mordechai, and he was the Rav of the great city, large city called Babroisk. Previously, he was from the other side, very good friends, and very close to the Gaon of Vilna. Great mind, great scholar, tremendous person in all fields, especially in Torah. But later becoming a chassid, one of the great chassidim of the Alter Rebbe, he becomes the Rav of Babroisk. But self-understood, the rest of his family, his brothers, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, were still on the other side, that position of Chabad, that position of chassidim. But he himself, as we said before, was a great chassid, one had a great chassidic community. So he's being told a story about him that was one Shabbos. His brother-in-law came to visit him for Shabbos, even though they're on the other side of the camp, but that great respect to Baruch Mordechai because he was a great man, a great scholar. So he came to visit him and to spend a beautiful Shabbos together. But while they were going to Shul Daven Shabbos, this brother-in-law of his sees that person, a very simpleton person, a very, very plain, to say the least. And he sees him davening, he sees him praying on Shabbos with such enthusiasm, with such a fire, with such passion. He's like really doing it. The brother-in-law of Rabbi Baruch Mordechai looks at the Rabbi Baruch Mordechai. He says, this piate, a piate means, in Yiddish, heel, means like a person want to resemble somebody very low, you call him a piate, it's like the heel. He says, the piate also knows how to daven. Somebody that knows how to learn, somebody that's connected, somebody that's there. I can understand the concept of Hasidim, that you learn so much and this teaches you how to have your prayer to Hashem with such great passion. But this peasant, this piate, what's prayer for him? Self understood, Rabbi Baruch Mordechai definitely disagreed with him, but he didn't tell him anything at this moment. But later he mentioned it again, and he mentioned it again to him, and he told him, the piata, the simpleton, is like singing to Hashem. It's like contradiction. What is this? So finally, Rabbi Baruch Mordechai couldn't control himself. A famous story, the previous Rebbe says the story. And he sat down with his brother-in-law. He tells him, listen, in Pirkei Avos there's a Mishnah called. The Mishnah goes like this: Eikev ben Malalel. Eikev ben Malalel was one of the great scholars in the time of the Mishnah. His name was Eikev ben Malalel. And he says, Eikev ben Malalel. Eikev means in Hebrew Eikev, the piata, the hill. Ben Malalel. Malalel means praising. So he says, this Mishnah tells you, Eikev ben Malalel. Yes, it's a name of a person, but it's a much deeper meaning. This piate, this person all the way below, this Eikev ben Malalel, is the son of praising. You say, this simple thing can praise to God, or can pray to God. But you know what he says? Look at three things. Look where you came from. Look where you're going. Who do you think you are? I mean, you'll think about it. You're never going to come to do a sin. Look at this person, he says. This Akavia, this hill, as you called him, the piata. But he's the one that davens to God. And this will wake you up to know who are you? Where do you come from? Where do you go? Maybe this will help you, that you're not going to come to sin. Start appreciating, he tells him. Start appreciating this piata, as you call him. Start appreciating this simpleton. Because this simpleton, he knows how to really connect to Hashem. As a famous saying of Al Shem Tov, that a simpleton is able to get to the highest levels of God, to the simplicity of God himself. Have yourself a good Shabbos, and we shall talk soon.